We now consider using transporter as the media to move entities. This slide shows some common transporters. This figure shows a very common forklift truck. The forks in the front of the truck can move up and down to lift the pallets. AGV pallet truck is a walkie truck without a driver while it is on the way. It does need help from a driver when it loads and unloads a pallet. Transporter is a module in Advanced Transfer Panel. An entity can request or free a transporter. We will model free pass type of transporter such as carts or forklift trucks. We are going to define 2 carts to transport parts. Each cart moves at 50 feet per minute. It takes time to load and unload an entity. Check out Model 8-2. We create 2 carts as planned. Note the unit is important because we need to have correct units to calculate the correct time needed for transportation. For time calculation purpose, we also need to define distances among cells. This is defined in a distance set called cart.distance in the next slide. The table defined the distances in feet. We defined 1 station in station module and 5 stations in enters module. That's 6 stations. There are only 11 values in this table. We define it in the distance module, Advanced Transfer Panel. There are 25 rows in the distance set. Why? That's because transporters need to move when empty. So here is the complete distance table. We may create animation for cart transporter. In leaf module, we may request a cart. It is important to save the cart number so that it can be freed later. An alternative way to model leaf is to replace it with request, delay, transport. We may use the module in Advanced Transfer Panel or Simon blocks. In Enter module, we free cart with specific cart number as we saved in the leaf module. An alternative way to model Enter is to replace it with station, delay, free. We need to add distances to animation so that cart can move on these distances. Routes are replaced with distances in the animation. We have to be very careful in setting this up. In order to animate the transporters when they are free, we can add a cart parking area in stations. In the example figure, the round rectangle is a station. The 2 circles associated with the stations are 2 parking spots for the 2 carts. We need to make sure transporters checkbox is checked in order to see them in the crystal reports.